All right, everybody. Oh my goodness. Welcome back. Okay, we'll deal with that later, I guess. My controller decided that it wanted to hop out of my lap. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. We've got Hoobadank and Mad Titans KoSin on tonight. Mad Titans KoSin. This is a team that you all will probably recognize. We've had them on the stream quite a few times. And I have honestly no idea whether they have been on here as our twos team. I know we've seen them a couple of times as their various threes teams that they've had throughout the circuits, but I don't know that we've had them on here as a twos team. So Mad Titans KoSin, Sin, and KoSin, of course. Those names probably sound a little bit familiar at the very least. I see that Haas has dropped the follow. Thank you very much. Glad to see you here. Oh, wait. Whoops. Let me try it again. All right. These are the rosters for our two teams. We've got Regal Payne and Deus RL for Hoobadank. They're currently 6-0, 59 goals for. It has been an incredible circuit for them so far. They're going to look to continue their run of dominance. I'm going to make sure that we get this prediction run in. So be sure to do exclamation point commands if you want to figure out how to use. And this is for our Twitch followers. For those of you on Trovo and YouTube, hope that Stream Elements implements a loyalty system soon for all of you. Because it would be great to have all my platforms, but unfortunately they only support it for Twitch at the moment. So if those of you who are on Twitch, exclamation point command will get you all the commands that you can use on the channel. It'll help you use all of your different points that you accumulate throughout the stream. All right. So for Hoobadank, they're 6-0, 59 goals for, 78% game win percentage. They're going to be going up against a team that hasn't had the best of luck throughout this circuit. Despite Cohen and Sin's continued dominance in the three circuit, they have just struggled in the twos realm. By match losses to both Taco Tuesday and to Skyline Gaming, both of them going the full distance, best of 5. And then another best of 5 loss to Hoobadank in week 5 3 times. The Mad Titans KoSin has not been able to close out these series. We'll see if it's a similar story from them tonight, or if they're going to be able to clean up their act a little bit and actually close out a series. Two of their wins came in week 4 and week 6. They played Super Sonic, which was a complete sweep, and then week 6 was the game against Royal Knights, and that was also best of 5, but on that occasion they closed it out. Week 7, they swept Jack and Dan's, the number 8 seed. And they're going to be looking to keep this trend alive. 2 wins in a row. And Regal Payne coming in with the rate of 3. Welcome, Regal. Glad to have you on the stream. I am about to get this lobby built. And then we'll have everybody join in. And hopefully we'll be free of all the... I'm going to knock on wood. Hopefully we'll be free of all of the technical difficulties. I know that those of us... the Rocket League community have not exactly been blessed with an easy time since the new season, and I know we've had a couple of IGL matches interrupted because of some technical difficulties, but we'll hope that it's all smooth sailing for the night. Yeah, unfortunately, Cohen, you can't, like, when I implemented the system, it doesn't retroactively give people points, like for people who followed and all that stuff. Unfortunate. But welcome, Hotsen Monster, Deus, I see you too. But the raid will get you about 400 points. I believe that's what I set it to. But Cohen, if you keep the stream on for the entire match, you'll probably have like 30 or 40 minutes watched, and that'll give you like 200 points to use. So that should help you with with being able to bet in the future. Oh, let's the lobby info to something more appropriate. I'm going to play some light music as well in the background until we get started. I was watching back one of my casts and thought, oh, this silence whenever I'm not talking is kind of awkward. So maybe the light background music will help. Alrighty. I think we have it all ready to go. Still a minute left on that timer if anybody has any points that they want to use. It's past your bedtime! Alright, well then we'll hurry it up for you. We'll make sure that... right. Alright, there you go, Payne. Or, just send it to you, and then I'm gonna send it to Sin as well. Alrighty. You're very welcome in advance for the cast, Cohen. I know last couple times we've tried to get you on stream. I just timing hasn't been quite right, unfortunately. But we'll get you, or finally we were able to get you on stream, and let's hope that it's a good match. I know it will be with you two on the pitch, and based on how the most recent matchup between you two went, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a full length best of 5. And Swami Streams, thank you for the follow. Glad to have all of you here. And it looks like both these teams are ready to go, so I will not make them wait any longer. No predictions for this match, but that's okay. Still a work in progress. We just recently set up the loyalty system, so it'll take some time for people to gather some points, especially the people who have been here for a while. And just waiting for... make sure everybody gets in the lobby. Okay, there we go. We've got everybody on the pitch, and we will get this started between Hoobadank and Mad Titans KoSin. Now, Hoobadank, it's been 2 weeks since they last played an IGL match. They got a first round bye for being the top seed in the division, so they got a free pass into the quarterfinals. We'll hope that they've been taking the time to practice, to continue working on their game, and maybe look back at those replays from the last time they played Mad Titans KoSin, so they can figure out how to give themselves an easier time. But Cohen will have the first goal of the series. Be the first strike for the orange team, this Mad Titans team that is looking to prove the division wrong. They came in as a 9 seed despite going 2-4, and part of that has to do with the fact that there were less than 16 teams in the division. So I don't know what it was like to start, but perhaps Mad Titans KoSin a little bit lucky to be in this position. Perhaps unlucky that they have to now go against the number 1 seed. Days RL not going to be able to find that touch to push it into the corner, so they'll have Regal do it for them. Days still in an awkward spot, and Cohen doesn't pressure immediately, so Days kind of gets away with that one. It's a bit of a dangerous play. I'm not sure that I would recommend that play happening more than once, and it looks like I'm getting disconnected, and I honestly have no idea why that happens. But as long as we don't drop out of the game, we will roll with it, and it doesn't look like the players ever experience it from what I've gathered. So I'm okay if it happens to me, but as long as it doesn't happen to the players, we are chilling. They used this very well to intercept that pass. Sin and Ko both diving deep to try to put the passing play on, and Sin has to retreat. Does very well to get in front of the ball. Cohen's going to pick it up now, go through the corner to the sidewall. Still has control, going to go for the flick, but it doesn't quite get it off in time. Dace is able to put good pressure. Sin has the catch, and Regal Payne is up. Sin had to be very careful as Regal was looking for a dunk, and they're going to take the shot to the front post. Deus gonna make it 1-0 for Hoobadank. And what a great shot from that corner. Not an easy goal to score at all. From that angle to hit the front post with that power, it does take quite a bit of skill to be able to make that happen. Certainly a lot of time in training packs will help out with that. That is definitely a training pack shot if we ever see one throughout this series. Dave's RL has the pickup. They've got their teammate to their side. That's going to find him around the center of the pitch, but it just wasn't enough power behind the passing. It's going to be dealt with somewhat successfully by Mad Titans for the moment. It's going to take a pass inside to Sin from the fully across the length of the pitch. Sin tried going for that pop-up. I know that's what they were trying to do. They just barely missed that ball. And it's going to be Real Pain who's got possession around midfield. They give it up to Sin. Cohen's going up for it, but Daze has the advantage. Sin tries to fly back, but the ball traveling just a little bit too far and a little bit too quickly. And Sin can't quite stretch out for it. So close, but Daze RL going to have the goal for Hoobadank. The second goal for the blue team, and they have found themselves in the lead for the first time this circuit. Oh, I'm sorry, not this circuit, this series. And for the first time in this game, despite Mad Titans KoSin getting the first strike, it's been two well-worked goals for Hoobadank, and we'll see if they can keep it up. But that probably just symbolizes the way that this series is going to go, or at least I hope it does. Because like I said, in week number 5, I believe it was when Hoobadank and Mad Titans KoSin last met, and it went all 5 games. So there's certainly not a whole lot to separate these two teams, but Daze RL is going to be the sole difference between these two teams in game number 1. A hat-trick for Daze, putting them 3-1 over Mad Titans KoSin. And it looks like they're still trying to get a bit warmed up into this series, because I've played with Sin a number of times. I've known him for quite a while. I know Sin doesn't whiff those touches all that often, so I have a feeling that Sin is just still trying to get a feel for this match. Maybe he's still trying to get the mechanics warm a little bit. And Sin and Cohen getting caught out very deep in the opposing half. Cohen was getting chased down a little bit, and Real Pain does very well to get a lot of power behind that shot. Saw it at the front post. Cohen, I think, got a touch on it, but not at the right position to make the save. And 4-1 it will be for Hoobadank. Daze RL looking for a 5th one, but Cohen's going to have a smart turn as I recognize Daze was just a little bit too far back to make a serious challenge on the ball. But for Sin and Ko, their positioning hasn't quite hasn't been right. It hasn't felt right from them. They've been diving a little bit too far up the pitch on multiple occasions. They're not quite making the best challenges, and that's not helping them out either. If they're going to take these advanced positions, they have to make sure that their 50s are on point, that they can keep themselves behind the ball and allow themselves to keep moving forward with momentum. But it hasn't quite worked for them in game number 1. We'll see how they adapt, how they can change things up in game number 2. They still had a fair amount of shots. And that's certainly something to be looking forward to for Mad Titans KoSin, is that they've got a good foundation. And I've seen these two play before, and I know very well what they're capable of in this 2 circuit. It's just a matter of them being able to bring it out. And I expect Mad Titans KoSin to come out a lot stronger in game number 2. But you can't eliminate what Hoobadank has done in this first game. 10 shots, they took advantage, 4 goals. We've seen plenty of teams in the playoffs, they just have not been able to finish. They'll have 8, 10, 12, or even more shots on goal. But they just don't take advantage of those opportunities. And they don't score goals. And unfortunately, you have to unfortunately for those teams at least, you have to score goals in order to be able to win games. And so for Hoobadank, it's been a great start for them, but they're going to have to make sure that they continue to adapt to Mad Titans KoSin. It's not something that they did very well last time, as that match did go all the way to game number 5. But an easier run through the playoffs is, I'm sure, on their mind. And they would love to not have to stress too much about this matchup and save the gray hair moments for when a medal is on the line. Sin going for the read off the backboard, and Cohen doesn't even make contact. Those are the kind of touches that I'm talking about. It was a dangerous position for Cohen to dive in like that because Sin was still kind of recovering from their initial challenge. Cohen needs to be able to make contact on that. Luckily for them, they didn't get punished for it. But easily could have it. It really should have been a goal. I know I've seen plenty of teams hit that shot, and it kind of still makes me feel that Sin and Co aren't quite running at their peak at the moment. A decent setup for Deus RL, but not able to make anything of it. Regal Payne decided to hang back. And Co setting up Sin. It's a shot on target. And Deus RL backflips. And that will be 1-0 once again for Mad Titans KoSin. Deus so close with the save, but the backflip instead of the double jump going to cost them. In a minute 19 into this game, Mad Titans KoSin once again takes the first goal of the game, but just like game number 1, Deus RL, they're going to find a goal to bring it back to level terms. And right off the kickoff as well, only 4 seconds from the kickoff, and the ball was in the back of the net. Mad Titans KoSin, they're going to have to find yet another goal to put themselves back into the lead, or will they limp across the line once again and only hang on to the 1 goal. Sin, not the greatest touch towards the middle. As Cohen takes the 50, takes the catch and goes for the musty flick. Doesn't pull it off, and it's going to leave him. It's going to leave Sin 1v2 with the blue team. But Deus RL kind of just takes a pot shot at net, and Sin is able to handle it pretty well. Co going for the air dribble. Do they have the final touch to put it on target? They do not, but they're going to keep the play alive. Sin's 50 looks like it's on target, and it will be. Finding the inside of that back post. A little bit of help from Regal as well. The 50 initially not going towards the goal, going towards the corner, but once it finally shot out from both of the players, it was off the wall and headed straight for net. Very weird angle to score from, but Mad Titans KoSin, they're not going to question it. They're just going to take it and run and try to build on this lead. Sin puts the ball towards the middle, but Co gets stumbled by Regal Payne. Deus is on the transition, and Cohen spawns in a prime spot. They're going to send the pass across. Sin lurking deep, but it's going to turn away. Recognize that they don't have quite the position to make anything out of this particular play. Cohen going for the air dribble. It makes it awkward for Deus. Cohen just trying to get out of the way, allows Sin to challenge, but lack of momentum, not going to be the greatest challenge. They still make it a dangerous situation. Deus is able to push it towards the side. Regal Payne up for it near the corner. Sin trying to take a shot on target. It looks like it's going to go through. And it does. Deus RL this time the one who's not able to handle Sin's precision. And a minute 55 left on the clock. Mad Titans KoSin, they're up 3-1 over Hoobadank. And this is the kind of series that I like to see. Back and forth, nothing to separate two teams from each other. A series that looks like it could go the full distance. And a reminder to everybody that that is a best of 5. Next week, we will have our IGL semifinals for the summer 2021 circuit. And those will become our best of 7s, along with our grand finals and the bronze matches that will happen the following weekend. Ko and Sin both stuck in net. Ko has to get up once again, and they were able to put the stop on Regal Payne, who was seriously threatening with the follow-up shot. They use misses on the corner, but sends Ko flying as well. Sin gonna have all the space in the world, but they're just gonna put it towards the corner. Give themselves a little bit of extra time to get a good position and reset. And luckily for them, Hoobadank just gives the ball right back to them, but a good bump from the blue team is able to disrupt that momentum. And 45 seconds left on the clock. Dace is going to pop this one up off the sidewall. Goes for the musty. Looks for the double tap, but it just gets a little bit too far away from them. Regal may have gotten bumped by Sin, and they're both going to be challenging this ball in the corner. Regal is able to win it. Dace looking for the redirect. It looks like it's going to go high. Is the follow-up from Payne there? It is, but it's not hard enough, and their teammate dives in as well. Sin and Ko going to go on the retreat. 2v1 versus Regal Payne, and Cohen loses control of the ball. Tries to put in the solo ground play style points to end this game off, but it just still might work out as the ball struggles to find its way out of the blue half. And Davies just trying to set up a consolation goal, but Cohen intercepts it. And Mad Titans KoSin, they will take game number 2 and tie this series up. Absolutely, Swami. We do have a series on our hands, and I was looking at the pregame stuff earlier, and I noticed that there's that best 5, and I thought, oh, this has to be a good series. I hope that it stays that way. Scoreline almost flipped the situation, not all that much. It's now tied 1-1. Mad Titans KoSin 3-1 after going down 1-4 to Hoobadank in game number 1, but the shots were pretty even between these two sides. Last time we had Hoobadank have a couple more shots, but ultimately had the better finishing. But this time we had both teams with 7 shots, and it was Mad Titans KoSin who was able to find the better openings on those shots and take advantage of them. And these teams, they are ready for game number 3. They're wanting to keep this series going, give the people what they want, and what the people want is a fantastic series. It's what I want as well. And so we'll get this match started with 5 minutes left on the clock, and 0-0 the scoreline. Davis RL dribbling it downfield, but Cohen has plenty of time and space. Well, maybe not time anymore, as Regal's going to come flying in for the challenge. They had a decent amount of space, though, not able to take advantage of it. But I like the intensity from Mad Titans KoSin to start out. I see a little extra pace in their step that Hoobadank is going to have to watch out for, but I expect Hoobadank to do a lot better this game. They've had a game of solid Mad Titans KoSin plays. They've been reminded of what made this Mad Titans side so dangerous the last time that they played each other. And Mizzy with the Glizzy. Shout out to you for the follow. Sorry I missed you there originally. Rowan's trying to stretch out for this ball, and they are going to be able to find control of it. They're going to get the second touch. Do they have the catch? They do, but it doesn't slide under Deus RL. Regal Pain beats Sin on the excuse me, beat him on the sidewall. Sin gonna launch this one downfield. Regal Pain up very quickly to the backboard. They're gonna cover Deus RL's. They're gonna take possession this time. Dribbles it past midfield. Do they have the flick? It's not quite on the right spot on their car, but they go for the awkward dribble play to try to throw off the defense. Sin on transition to the backboard. KoSin diving in deep once again. Sin doesn't have any boost. Gonna have to be quick, and fortunately for them, neither Deus nor Regal had a very good chance to boot it downfield. That's a big demo from Sin. Leaves KoSin 1v1 on Regal Pain. I know how much Ko loves these 1v1 situations. Regal Pain gets the better of them this time around, and they're going to push it out to the side. Gather the ball, fakes Sin on the original challenge. Just pushing it into a dangerous position. Gets the pass back out to Deus, who's going to put it towards net. Sin and Ko both up for it, and Sin is able to get the touch towards the corner. I apologize for the latency variation that's causing some shiftiness in the play. I'm hoping to get an Ethernet cable, because it doesn't look like the new internet certainly has better speeds, but maybe not the packet reliability. And the disconnect will certainly not help. Let's alright, looks like they're okay now. And okay, well, Mad Titans KoSin, they're gonna take a goal right there. Apologies for the technical difficulties. And it looks like this time it's not just me. I think these teams, I think they're going to try to play it as it is, and I'll certainly remake this lobby because it looks like it's not a great one. Yeah, Wi-Fi, variable bitrate, not the best for RL. Yeah, definitely not. In the past, my other internet, the router was downstairs, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to try to run an Ethernet cable. It certainly could have done it, but it was just, it wasn't like really necessary for me, I guess. And plus, I didn't want to be the only person to do it. But now the router is on our level, so it's going to be a lot less cabling to run it through in a bit of an easier time. That way, people aren't tripping over cords and, or there's not just like cords and black sleeves on the ground trying to cover them up. I think my understanding is that the game has to go on since a goal has already been scored. If the teams want to decide something else, that's completely up to them, I guess. But I will certainly restart this lobby so that we can get the best connection and maybe do a little bit of a test run beforehand, just set a 1-goal mutator, make sure that it's okay. Oh, and also Mizar, thank you for the follow. Sorry I missed you as well due to our technical difficulties, but yeah, I believe those are the rules. Is that it's like after a minute or after the first team is it 30 seconds? Yeah, there's like some time limit, or after a goal is scored, then the match can't be remade, which if the connection issues had happened and somebody requested it like right before, then it would have worked. But it was also fairly deep into the game. Could still have a 0-second goal from Hoobadank. We'll see if Mad Titans KoSin is able to put it to the ground. They are, and that will be their second game. And let me talk to both these teams. Yeah, we'll remake this lobby. Let's see. Gotta regain, absolutely. And I'll set it to a 1 goal mutator real quick, just to like make sure that the ping's okay. Do 1 goal. Connection issues in RL sadly go hand in hand. Yeah, unfortunately, it is that. Oh my goodness, what happened to my camera? There we go. I realized how it was looking, but yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it is, and it hasn't been quite that great since the most recent season. Is that the sexy beast himself, Awash? Yes, it is. It is I. Yeah, they scored during the DC. Yeah, it's highly unfortunate. You're gonna hear the game going in the background, but I just set it to 1 goal so the teams can just kind of mess around in this lobby for a second to test out the connection, see how it is. Hopefully, it works better, but we'll see. And let's see. Do you dual stream to YT or FB? I actually do dual stream. I stream to Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, and DLive. And for some reason, YouTube's been giving me issues. I don't know if it's actually working right now on YouTube. I was gonna go back and check afterwards and see how it went. But because you're not, yeah, just wondering because you're not affiliated. Yep, that is correct. I am not affiliated. I want to give multi-streaming a try and see how it goes and see what the growth is like. If it's not good, then oh well. But if it is, then at least it's a decision I can't really like reverse. You know, being affiliate. So I at least want to give multi-streaming a try before I can't do it anymore. I am in the UR community, United Rogue. I've casted a couple weekends of their Ramen Bowl. I didn't last weekend because I was busy before school started, but I'm usually casting a couple games for UR every weekend or every other weekend. So I've never heard of District Gaming, so I'm not a part of them, at least not yet. The game was wrong. All right, looks like both teams were okay with that server, and Hopefully the disconnect was just an isolated incident. And Shadow Hero 1299, thank you for the follow. This overlay just makes me think of the Denver Broncos. I kind of understand that because it's kind of close to like the orange, and it's like the same blue that the Broncos use, and the overlay is kind of orangish, but not quite. I understand that. District Game is just a bunch of UR members that made a league. I was not aware of them, but nice to know. All right, so Mad Titans KoSin and Hoobadank, they're ready to get. Where is my? There we go. There is the match. Hoobadank and Mad Titans KoSin, they're going at it. Mad Titans KoSin took that Game 3 win after some unfortunate connection issues, but Regal Pain is trying to put it past them. And that is the perfect way to get this match started after having so much adversity in game number 3. They come out of the gates storming with a quick goal inside 10 seconds. If you're a Hoobadank fan, this is exactly what you want to see. Or rather, if you are part of the Who crew, the IGL franchise that Hoobadank is a part of, you certainly love to see Regal Pain getting on the board early. And we'll get that overlay updated, so we do have Mad Titans KoSin and both of their games on the scoreboard. And Galactic Gaming RL, thank you for that follow. I remember watching a Devin Nash video on it right after I signed the affiliate contract and had instant regrets. I watched that exact same video. One of my friends sent it to me once I started doing YouTube, or once I started doing Twitch stuff. And I was I was impressed by the argument that they made. So yep, that's what I'm trying out. So feel free to check me out on any of the other platforms, or if you know people who watch on those platforms, feel free to share them with share me in the community with them, and try to get these IGL matches to as far of a reach as we can. And Ms. Arc, this is game number 4. We've got Mad Titans KoSin at 2 games and Hoobadank with 1 game, which is the first game in this series, but it's been 2 straight for Mad Titans KoSin. And Hoobadank, they've got the lead, going for the doozy. And Deus RL off the backboard is going to double the lead for Hoobadank. Sin just doesn't come out quick enough, and it is a beautiful touch from Deus RL to extend this lead for the Who crew team. And less than 2 minutes remain. There is still plenty of time for Mad Titans to come back. But so far in this series, anytime a team scores more than 1 goal, it means that they end up winning the game. We'll see if Mad Titans KoSin can buck that trend, or if they're going to fall victim to it once again. Not a strong touch from Sin. So they and Ko both have to go on the retreat. Regal Pain sends it to the middle, and neither of the Mad Titans players able to handle it. Mad Titans and Deus RL with the 50. Regal Pain sending it downfield. Cohen towards the midfield. And hopefully that disconnect was just for me and not for everybody else, but it is what it is. We do have 2 goals on the board, so no turning back at this point. All we can hope for is the best that we can. The best that we can get. And 2 minutes left on the clock, and Mad Titans KoSin, they're still looking for that first goal. Deus RL going to give it back to them, though. They just didn't have enough to work with the ball how they wanted to. Regal Pain catches it very well in the corner. He's able to get it past Cohen, but doesn't get the strong touch past Sin. Deus RL plays this smartly, but not quickly, and Sin comes back in retaliation. Says, if you're going to take the ball away from me, well, I'm going to take you away from the pitch. Dace RL working on the Savior Medal. They're gonna go for the demo. And they find it. Can Regal Pain get there in time? Oh, they can't find the angle, and it's gonna go up the back wall. They use the double tap, and it doesn't go on target. Would have been another beautiful play from Dace, but they just couldn't put it in front. Dace with the strong 50 past Sin, and Cohen with the fake past Pain. He's going to pick this one up, take it away from Cohen, and that's going to be a setup for them off of Dace's attempted clear. Regal Pain pushes it through the corner. Cohen to the ceiling. It's water falling in front of the net, and there's no one in sight to be able to take it initially. Dace tries to push it out, and Sin does their touch. It's a strong 50 from Dace on Ko. Another follow-up going Dace's way as Regal is very closely behind. And it looks like it might be going to game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. As oh my goodness! Dace RL, the fake ground to air dribble, and instead fools Sin. Musty flicks it into the back of the net. And a statement play from Dace RL as they extended to 3 goals over Mad Titans KoSin. And we are all but guaranteed game number 5 between these two Division 2 sides from the US West Circuit. Is there going to be a consolation goal for Mad Titans? It's not going to come out in their favor unless Cohen can get a flick here. Is it enough? It's going to get over the blue defender. And for the 4th game in a row, the losing team is going to walk away with a goal. And again, for the 4th game in a row, the winning team just needs more than 1 goal. And they are able to take a hold of the game. But despite the adversity in game number 3, Dace RL and Regal Pain had a fantastic match. And they're able to hold back the Mad Titans offense. 9 shots and only 1 goal. 6 of them being saved. Hat tricks. Or I'm sorry, not hat tricks. Savior medals for both Dace and Regal Pain. That's momentum. Don't forget about that. You're absolutely right, Mizark. This is momentum for Hoobadank. Oh, I can smell something come from the kitchen. That smells really good. But back to the game. You're absolutely right. For Hoobadank, this is momentum. Although, it doesn't seem like in the history of this series, momentum has really meant anything. For the last time that these two teams played against each other, it went all 5 games, so had to be, it was either that one team won 2 games in a row and then lost that and then they lost it and ended up going to game 5 and taking it anyways, or there was a reverse sweep where it was back and forth action, but not a whole lot of momentum to be kept for either of those teams in the first match. And it's been back and forth series again this time around, and while Hoobadank can certainly take the game 4 win, as you know, hey, Mad Titans got a little bit lucky with the disconnect there. They took a game or a goal off of us, and maybe should have been 1-1, but Cohen gonna look to prove otherwise. As Sin pushes it over to the sidewall, Cohen steals the boost from Sin, or rather takes it before Sin can steal it from them. And then Cohen is able to put it in the back of the net. And in the back of the net, I meant last goal for KoSin is momentum. I mean, that's certainly true as well. So you can look at it either way. You can see it as it's a game win. That can provide some momentum for Hoobadank, but that goal as well does provide some some leverage for Mad Titans KoSin. Like I mentioned earlier, every game has not been a shutout. There has been one goal for that losing side, and if I'm not mistaken, it's usually been one of the in most of the games, it's been one of the later goals. But KoSin is going to find a second one for Mad Titans KoSin, and if we keep up with this trend, Mad Titans looks set to take in number 5, but there is still plenty of time left. We can't take anything for how it is. There's just too much time left, and 2 goals is not very commanding of a lead at all. Can you smell what Hoobadank is cooking? I believe I can smell Hoobadank cooking up some fantastic plays, even better than the ones that we saw in game number 4. And that waterfall could have been one of them. Regal dunks it in front of the orange net. It goes straight to the hood of KoSin. But they were just a little bit too far forward. They couldn't get behind the ball, though if they were any further back, the ball probably would have just crossed the line by itself anyways. But we'll see if this is the start of a comeback for Hoobadank, or if Mad Titans KoSin will be able to take this all the way. But Dazed RL is going to cross the line, cross the halfway line, and across the goal line with the ball at their nose. Sin dove deep and KoSin didn't get the read on the catch. And 2 touches later, Daze has it in the back of the orange net. And it's now all tied up between Mad Titans KoSin and Hoobadank. Fake play from Daze, gets it past KoSin. They try to bait in Sin as well. It's going to be a shot from Regal Payne. And just like that, Hoobadank have taken the lead. A wonderful fake from Daze RL draws in KoSin, and Sin has to bite. And 5 goals in the first minute and 38 seconds. We are being spoiled for goals in this game, and for the first time, the losing team will end up having more than 1 goal, and 4 goals unanswered for Hoobadank is going to be quite the statement. We could all smell it. We could smell that they were cooking up something big, something delicious. And 4 juicy plays later, Hoobadank have taken this game and flipped it completely on its head. Sin and KoSin, they're going to have to pull out some big plays for themselves now. And make sure that they're smart with the ball, that they're smart with their positioning, and they get solid touches. If they can put a little bit of pressure on Hoobaдаnk's side, it could do wonders for them. KoSin's got the catch, can go for the early flick, and they will find the inside of the back post. KoSin with the hat trick, and it's going to be the only thing keeping Mad Titans still in this series. Hoobadank gives up 1 and 7 goals within the first half. There's still plenty of this game to be played, and KoSin could have had a kickoff goal for themselves, but took the shot a little bit too early, ended up sending it wide. Dave's just looking to put the ball towards the net. They're able to deal with this stage from the ceiling, and it's going to be just a little bit high of the mark. Dave's retreats onto the into a defense position pretty quickly. He's able to stop Mad Titans in their tracks. Regal going for the air dribble play, runs out of boost, and is still able to put a solid touch to keep this ball on the orange half. Daves with the lift, and it's blocked by Sin. Strong challenge from Daves, and it's going to be a little bit too much for KoSin as they have to go to ground. Retreat allows Sin to come in on this play, or maybe not. They're going to go for the quick turn instead. Going to the backboard, and then inside the Sin, but it's blocked very early by Daves, who has to catch it if KoSin's put back towards the net. And Rio just going to boot this one to the corner, get it out of harm's way for the moment. Look, KoSin's control not convincing in the corner. It's a tough position, don't get me wrong. But it's not a touch that they need at the moment, as they are still down by 1 goal. Davis RL to the backboard. KoSin gonna send it downfield, and a little bit of latency variation coming through, at least on our end. Hopefully it didn't happen for the teams playing in the match right now. Sin with the catch. Gives it up towards Dace, who's going to pick it up in their corner. The 50 with KoSin. Keeping the ball on this blue side. Regal doesn't have the touch. KoSin is going to put it in front of the net, and Sin gets blocked by Regal Payne. Sin going for a doomsday for themselves, and Dace is not going to let it go into their net. They're going to push it away. 30 seconds left on the clock. Mad Titans need to be smart here. It's still in a dangerous position. They need to break out quickly. They can catch Davis out of position, pushing up a little bit too far. The Dace are going to try to cut it at that front post, and they do so excellently. Regal on the transition. And Regal Payne is going to make it a 5th goal for Hoobadank. And unless something absolutely spectacular happens, it will be a win for Hoobadank. And Mad Titans KoSin will fall at the quarterfinal stage. KoSin trying to go for a last gasp goal that could give them the slimmest of chances, but the clock will hit 0, and Hoobadank confirms their spot in the IGL Summer 2021 Circuit semifinals. What a series between Hoobadank and Mad Titans KoSin. And as I like to do for our playoff matches, I'm going to see if we can get Painter and Regal in here for a quick interview. And Regent, thank you for the follow. And same to you, Deus. See if you're there's your alert coming through. Absolutely galactic, super fun series, regardless of the result. It was a great first 4 games that no matter who won, we knew we were going to be in for a treat, and the overall series is going to be fantastic. Absolutely, it was well played from Mad Titans, and they had their moments, but they didn't have their faults. Yeah, you don't need to have cams, Regal, and you both can join the interview. I mostly just conduct it through voice, anyways. I just leave it on my camera, so. But I figure most people are probably a little bit uncomfortable with showing their face to all the fans that we have on the stream, so I typically leave it just to voice. I will invite you to a server. Yep, just sent the send it your way, Regal, and then just hop in any of the voice channels, and then I'll join you. You missed it. Do it again. What's up, Moose? Hey, you'll be able to watch the replay on Twitch, though, so you can go back and watch it. But we do have our winners, Hoobadank, who are getting ready. We're going to get ready to ask them some tough questions. And for any of you in the chat who want to ask either of these players questions, please put them in the chat and I'll relay them over. I always love seeing what the stream has for these, or for their players. So it looks like they're both in, so we'll let's hop into it.
From our Discord? I don't remember.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, congratulations on the win, everybody.
Thanks
for having us. Yeah.
turn the volume up just a little bit. If somebody in chat wants to let me know that that you can hear them all right. But how are you all feeling right now?
Feeling pretty good. That was
Yeah.
we may there may have been
Nerves.
some assault going on, but we're happy with how it happened, how it ended. So
Someone in chat asked if the fake Musty was planned. Absolutely not. That was supposed to be a real Musty. I'm just bad.
finals, we have to get to the semifinals first, Regent. But yeah, I'm curious. Do you know who we're playing next week? Have they played by chance? I haven't checked. Bracket.
I haven't looked either, but it's actually a good chance for me to show the stream what the bracket looks like. So I can share that with them real quick.
I'm a pro caster. What can I say?
Where is? Aha. All right, there we go. So this is what the bracket looks like. We've got Mad Titans KoSin making their way through Jack and Dan's in that first round, and obviously they just lost to Hoobadank. And then it doesn't look like this bracket in particular has been updated, but Skyline Gaming and one of Nutty Buddies and Super Sanic is going to be their opponents, and maybe we can check the website and see if.
Oh, Nutty Buddies probably didn't show up. Weren't we supposed to play them, Zach, and they didn't show? Or is that somebody
No,
else?
Nutty Buddies were good. I think they beat Night Riders last week.
Maybe Super Sanic didn't show. I'm not sure.
All right, I'm still looking on the website. Let's see. Super Sanic. Let's look at them. Super Sanic. Oh, it was a double forfeit. Neither
Wait,
of them.
both teams?
Yeah, I guess.
So they're getting a bye.
Yep. So it looks like you'll be playing against Skyline Gaming.
Oh, we played them our first
They're
game.
good. Yeah, they're good.
I don't want to play them.
Even though you beat them, you'd rather not see
Yeah,
them again.
we basically just stumbled our way into going undefeated this season. It was not pretty at all. We play very scrappy. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I didn't notice it as
It
much, I
feels
guess.
scrappy.
It didn't feel scrappy, at least. Although it was back and forth, if that's what you want to call it.
Calm in the chaos, I guess.
Yeah, every week I say we have the ugliest wins, and the caster always says, "Hey, but there's still wins though." I'm like, just watch next week.
We do.
It's
take
gonna be
drugs.
ugly. Yeah.
I mean, they're not wrong. A win is a win, but
Dude,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
I get what you're saying, though.
After we lost game 4 and we were going into game 5, I thought we had to reverse sweep initially.
Game
so I thought we
3.
needed 2
Yeah.
more. I was like,
Uh,
I was so upset. And then he told me, I was like, oh, this is game 5? Let's get it.
you forgot that you won the first game of the whole series.
Yeah, I forgot we won the first game.
Yeah.
That's how upset I was.
I think Mad Titans was kind of the opposite of you all in terms of the season. Oh, hold on.
Yeah. Mad Titans showed up both times we played them. It was super challenging games, and we didn't expect it. Not a hit on them or anything, but seeing the records, because we were undefeated. Not that that meant anything, because we're so scrappy, but we were like, oh, this should be, an easy win, and we went the distance both times. We could have lost just as easily both series. So they're a really good team.
Dude, even though there were some shenanigans in game 2, we were struggling that game as well. So, or was it game 3? I don't remember.
The game that DC'd, yeah, we probably would have lost that game.
That was game
Anyway.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was sometimes we were all over them, and I don't know why, and then other times we were like struggling to breathe.
Was that how you felt in the first game or the first match that you played against them as well?
Honestly, yeah.
No,
like
I think the first didn't they have some connection issues and we like stomped first couple games.
So no, so we played them 2-3 or 3-2 last time too.
Yeah.
I think both series went the exact same. So we
Yeah, they
pulled
were.
out a dub in the first game, and we were like, "Oh, this is gonna be
Did we
like a
lost
piece
two?
of cake." And then we would lose 2, and we were like, "Oh God, we're done." And then we would come back and win.
Dude, I hate being down. It sucks.
But shows a lot of character if you can come back from a tough situation and be able to bring it back.
But my heart's still racing.
It was a good
Right now.
series. That'll do it to you.
I'm gonna try to convince my teammate to go play Siege with me. I wish me luck.
Thanks for having us on stream.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate the casting. You did a good job. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Take care.
Yep, you too. All right, so the quick little interview with both members of Hoobadank, and weren't exactly confident about the win, and maybe not even confident about how the whole of their season went, but they absolutely pulled out the win, and they dug deep. They took the adversity on the chin, came back with a strong game 4, and closed it out in game 5. Took them a little while to do it, and I'm sure they would have liked to not go the full distance again with MT KoSin, given how they really gave them a run for their money the first time. But it is what it is. Hoobadank comes out with the series win, and they will move on to the semifinals, where they are going to play, Skyline Gaming White, I believe, is what that final W stands for. So Skyline Gaming going to be waiting for them in the semifinals. And Foog, I saw you in chat. I don't know where your message is anymore, but absolutely Minimal Maroon Dubs is in this bracket as well. We've seen Dead Snow as well in the in the quarterfinals. That's a team that we've seen on stream at least once. But yeah, we're gonna be keeping an eye on this Hoobadank team. I'm I'm friends with Sin and Ko, so it sucks to see them drop out, but it was a fantastic series. I couldn't have asked for a better match between Hoobadank and KoSin. I actually could have done without the connection issues, but that's okay. That's not that's out of our control. That I blame Psyonix for that one. But hey, send a plat my way. All right, let's see. I think I think I'm actually gonna end the stream here. As much as I would love to continue stream, I do have a couple things I need to sort out before I go back to school tomorrow. 2 days and I've already got a ton of things that I've got to look at. So RL wants to say that 8 MMR is rank disparity, so I need a third. All right, well, any of you plats in the lobby, send a whisper to Candy or join the Escape Velocity Discord. But let's see, Teal Pro Teal, who won the match? Hoobadank did win this matchup. It was a 3-2 win over Mad Titans KoSin. So, and if you want to watch a replay of the matchup, once I end the stream, the VOD will be available on Twitch for 14 days. And it should be, I'm going to go back and check actually, but it should be on YouTube forever, because I multi-streamed to both. So let me check the IGL website and see which casters are hosting matches right now. Looks like Dronis is one of our usual culprits. So I haven't rated Dronis in a while, so we'll send it over to them. Let's see. You're very welcome, Teal. And hopefully you enjoy looking back at the VOD to watch the match. All right. Well, most of you who are in the IGL scene are probably very aware of who Jonas is. But for those of you who may not, he's the IGL caster. He drinks lots of Bang and costs a lot of IGL matches. So those of you who are on Twitch, I'm going to send you over to them. But if you want more action from me, Thursday we'll be back with more IGL matches, hopefully. So hopefully we'll get a couple teams to sign up. And then on Saturday over on Philly Esports channel, I'll be hoping to cast for the Philly, whatever, I forget the full name of it, but the Philly Esports tournament that's happening right now. It's like their $10,000 Legends Cup, and another one of the tournaments in this whole cup are this Saturday over on Philly Esports' Twitch channel. So if you want more action from me, that's where you can find it. And want to stay updated with everything, got a Discord, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, AWash_RL. I'm on TikTok as well, AWash_GG. And so you can find plenty of ways to connect with me. But until next time, I hope you all have a great rest of your night and a great rest of the week.